getting that. There we go. Good morning. Welcome through, guys. Do me a favor, tap the screen, like the live. I do love it when people stop by to see me. And you get my face on, man. I'm like right up there with almost having my shit together this morning. I need special cat eyes. I love the fact that the cat eye trend has come back in. Because I said, I've been rocking this for years. Like years. And what are you doing, baby? Hello, Anthony. My darling, how are you? Good morning, good morning. Well, it's afternoon. I was on this morning for a little bit, and then I just took a break. And I'm like, okay, let's go back to it. I mean, we're going to get this done. So typically in the morning, I come on and I do the weird news. I appreciate you guys coming through. Do me a favor, tap that screen. I would think it was absolutely amazing. And I said, everybody is more than welcome up in here. Hello, guys. Welcome through. There we go. We're going to do some eyeliner this morning. We're going to make it look like maybe we have some eyelashes on the top. I wish. Like, I've seen a lot of guys. Guys seem to have, like, these really long eyelashes, at least a good portion. And I'm like, dude, I'm so jealous of that. Like, I'm so jealous of some of the eyebrows and eyelashes that people can grow. I'm like, damn, man. Like, I don't know. It just skipped over me with that one. You know what I mean? It was like, well, we'll give her other, other good, traits. Like, but you know what we're gonna do? Let's skimp out on like the body hair, which is okay because I said like my legs, I don't really need to shave. Like, I'll shave them. I literally will shave my legs like once every 3 months, and it's not like in a gross way. I just don't grow hair. I just don't grow hair like that. Like, I'll get like a couple patches like here or there, and I'll go and I'll take care of that. But besides that, they don't, they don't. Guys, good morning, welcome through. I said I was on for a bit this morning, and then I took a break so I could run the doggy outside, get some more coffee in me. I love it when you guys stop by to see me. I said everybody is more than welcome in here. I am live on YouTube. I'm also live on TikTok. So if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, don't worry. You don't need to like alert anybody. Like, I'm all right. I'm all right. Thank you, Anthony. Guys, I love it when you stop by to see me. I love the mornings on here. I slept last night, but didn't really like sleep. You know what I mean? My dog is very, like little, but yet he sleeps like a grown ass man. It's afternoon here at 3:30 p.m. But like, so how's the day been for you, honey? Hold on, let me see if I can't get this going. Hold on. We're gonna try this one more time. We're gonna try this again. So I said I woke up this morning, and when I tell you, I literally had one leg up, like almost by my head, and then the other one was like pushed out the other way. Oh my God. And then on top of it, my back was twisted and whatnot. I got up this morning and it was early. Like, it was early. I've already been on once today, but it was early. And I'm like, oh God, like I got up and that's all I could feel was ow, ow. And I get up and the dog's like literally in the middle of the bed, just sleeping, like making fucking snow angels. I'm like, dude, move over. You're a small dog. Like, you're not supposed to take up this. Like, he don't give a shit. He don't give a shit if I'm like in the bed too. He's going to sleep the way that he wants to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Guys, welcome through. Tap the screen, like the live. The battle requests are already going kind of crazy. I'm trying to get this working. Let's see. We go. All right. All right. Even though I'm not there, your company. Oh, I love when you stop by to see. I said Anthony's been way too nice to me. I've known Anthony for years at this point. It's been, God, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. It's been what, like at least 4 years, maybe five now. And I'm so appreciative. I'm so appreciative for the people that have been my friends for like a long period of time and still come around. Like, I'm serious when I say like I'm so appreciative of it. Like, my regulars, the people that come and see me regularly, they really warm my heart. I know that's probably kind of cheesy to say, but it's like the truth. Like, I don't even know that I like me as much as some people online do. Yeah, guys, tap the screen, like the live. I love it when people stop by to see me. We are getting some eye makeup on. We're going to make ourselves look like we're human. I went and I grabbed some coffee, And then I ran the doggy out, but so I've already been on once this morning. There we go. And we do the weird news first thing in the morning. So, hey Deacon, how are you, baby? How are you, darling? Good morning, Mr. Deacon. Speaking of people I've known for a bit, here we go. We're gonna make this happen, y'all. So I said, what has been like over here? We're really having like a lot go on, Anthony. Like I don't know if it rates show. There was like a pew pew event. Like it was like 12 days ago now, and they had like the memorial service yesterday. So that was kind of like a, it's been pretty heavy here, man. It's been pretty heavy here lately. Like, so they had the memorial service yesterday, and I said like his wife. I didn't watch the whole thing. Whoa, what's up, man? Yeah, so like I get why they did like 21 pew pew salute because it's like an honor, you know. But like I just kind of thought that the way that like the way that he passed maybe was not you know what I mean, like maybe just wasn't like maybe we could have perhaps picked another way to honor him. And I said I'm not talking shit. I think it's but it was pretty bad, man. Like it was pretty bad. I got up the very next day, right? And I swear to God, I got up and the first thing I did was I went on TikTok, right? Like I went on TikTok first thing in the morning, and that's what I seen was literally the side of his, like there was the unvideoed or the unedited video. It was a lot. And I said, they just found out. Can I ask you a question? Of course you can. I might have an answer for you, unless it's a trivia question. If it's a trivia question, I might not. Guys, welcome through. Tap the screen, like the live. I love it when people stop by to see me. I said, I'm going to try today to be a productive member of society. We will see. So far, it hasn't been overly productive. But that's all right. It's still early. All right. So like I said, I do the weird news first thing in the morning. Everybody's more than welcome in here. If you're new, you're more than welcome. Come and chit chat with me. I typically do YouTube and TikTok at the same time. I expect nothing. On him, I was gonna say I don't really necessarily have an opinion on him. I know that people are really one way or the other. You know me, I'm not like a political person, but I think everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I feel bad for the fact that his wife just found out she was pregnant, and his wife and his children were there. That's what I feel bad about. Like people can think whatever they want about him, but I'm thinking about, like I said, the next day I got up and that was the first thing I seen on TikTok was the unedited version of it, and I'm like, man, you know how the internet is like I said, way back when all that stuff happened with Kennedy, right? There's one black and white. Oh, thank you, Eduardo. I appreciate you guys. Tap the screen, like the live. I love it when people stop by to see me. But so there was like the one black and white video, and it was like, that one from like the rooftop, whatever, where they were just filming it. Now everybody's got cameras in their hand. So there's not going to be much happening in this world that isn't caught by somebody on camera. So, and the internet's forever. So it's like, I just imagine like his kids one day, like they might be like, hey, let me look up my dad's accomplishments, right? And then that video is going to be there. And it's like, I just like I said, I don't really necessarily have any opinions about him. I think that he's got some strong points. He's got some weak points. You know what I mean? I think he was a good debater. I think it's great to go to like the college campuses and make people think, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's great, but like, and I'm all for healthy debate, but when it's not healthy debate, that's where there's like an issue. Like, bring your IQ, bring your, you know what I mean? Like, bring your brain, come to the debate and whatnot, but I don't think anybody deserves that. You know what I mean? Especially with your kids and your wife there. Like, hey, how are you? Hi, what is it? Uno, there we go. So make sure, guys, go follow me on TikTok. Make sure to go follow me on YouTube. I said I normally dual stream first thing in the morning. So, yeah, all right. I heard this story, right? And I said, nobody deserves that. I heard about this story the other day, right? And it's totally off like the Charlie Kirk topic, right? So I said, I do the weird news first thing in the morning. So I'll do like trending topics or weird news or just anything I come across. You know what I mean? I heard about this one, and this is somebody getting unalived, right? Like this is so this guy has a baby with this woman, right? They're no longer together officially, like all that stuff. So he goes over to her house. There's so many issues with this next story. Like I hope you guys are ready. Like take a seat because so he still has a key to his baby mom's house for whatever reason. I don't know why. He gets to her house, right? And the baby is there by himself, asleep in his room. Already there would be an issue with that, right? This story, I'm like, the fuck? Like people are crazy, man. People are crazy. And so he ended up he called one of his girlfriends, right? And said, baby's mom ain't here. Why don't you come over? They came over and proceeded to get down in the baby mom's bed. Like if I'm not getting action in my bed, I don't want anybody else to either. You know, but I'm like, and so she came home, right, while they were in the middle of it, and she said, "What were you doing in my bedroom?" And straight up verbatim, what he said was, "I was busy fucking." Like already, I would be fucking livid. Already, I would just be like, ain't you got somewhere you can do that? Like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like, anybody. But, like, my first thought was, why was the baby there by himself? My second question was when he realized the baby was there by himself, he didn't think, well, I should call her and ask her why the fuck my kid is here by himself. You know what I mean? Like, that's like I said, there's so many problems with this scenario. So he invites the baby's mom to be part of what they have going on. And so she, and I'm just like okay, like I said, this story is just like, how did he think that this was going to end well for him? I like, and I don't want to say that he got what's coming to him, but he kind of did with that approach. So she goes, right. Apparently, she was really triggered by this, which can't really blame her for. Like, you don't know if they were still messing around. You don't know if there were still feelings there. Like, just imagine coming home and somebody doing it in your bed. Let alone, like, your child's other parent that you're not with. I would be pretty, I'm just saying, already I would be pretty mad. So she went and got a pew pew, right? And, because I can't say the G word on here. Oh, God. Like, heaven forbid. But so she proceeded to go behind the woman and put like two right in the back of her head, right? I swear to God, this is a true story. Like I looked that up. I was like, I'm curious now. Well, when she did that, right? Because normally, what happens when people, pass away like quickly like that? I have a lot of feelings towards him. Right? She did too, apparently, because it said like we don't even know if like they were still messing. We don't know if she had feelings for him. We don't know. But I'm like, what an asshole move. Like, who does that? Who goes over to somebody's house for research? Nearby is the best Y tab. I have no idea what that meant. What is it? Oh, nearby. How nearby is the best? What? I'm not anywhere near South Carolina, so I have no idea like what's good in South Carolina. Not a clue. Not even somewhat close to it. But so she proceeded to put two in the back of this chick's head, right? Well, what happens is when people pass away traumatically, normally there's certain body functions that happen, like the nearby trap. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say there's probably not too many people on this site. That's probably why it's like, hey, everybody is close to you. But so, thanks Twitch. Here, let me put a follow back on you. Awesome. I do love it when people follow me. I say, guys, I do dual stream, so if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, I promise you it's just the other chat. Well, there's certain body functions that happen when people pass away, especially suddenly. Hello, Arian, how are you? But so, certain things, like there's a lot of people that will wet themselves or poo. This is just part of, the process of life. Another thing that happens is people bite down very, very hard. So she was on him, right, doing that. And the other chick walked behind her and did that. And this chick But I'm kind of like, I'm like, I mean, I can't like, I'm kind of happy that he lost his. Like, hopefully, like, if you lose a finger, if they get it within a certain amount of time, they can sew it back on. I mean, like I said, I don't think anybody deserves that, but like, as a female, I would never, never, never go over to another female's house, especially one that didn't know I was there. Like, I kind of look at the two of them and I go, how did they not, how did they think anything else was going to happen? Like, just imagine, like, how, like I said, I picture in my head maybe what if she still has feelings for him? Why was the kid home alone? Why is there all this stuff going on while the kid's in the house? Like, there's so many questions I have about this story. So I said, guys, I do the weird news in the morning. I love it when people stop by to see me. We're getting ready to be a productive member of society. I do painting classes, guys. I do art lessons. So if anybody's curious and would like to take an art class, all you have to do is hit me up. I do sculpting, oil paint, acrylic paint, watercolor. Like I dabble a lot. So, and if you guys want to, you can go check out my website. Everything that I earn on live, I put right back in my small business. So, like I said, it's very appreciated. I don't expect anything from anybody ever. I'll never ask you guys for anything that isn't free. Screen tapping, totally free. I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? But it's edgeoftheeasel.com. And even if like you don't like go, I'm not saying go and buy something, but you just going and looking at the site actually does help me out as well. So hello guys, welcome through. And if you're new, you're more than welcome to come and chit chat with me. So yeah, that's how that went. That's how that went. Like I was like, oh my God. Like I said, I normally don't get too much on like the heavy stories, you know what I mean? But I was like, okay, that definitely constitutes as the weird news. You know what I mean? Like that definitely constitutes as the weird news. Like that is probably one of the strangest stories I've come across in a while. I need to get a new eyeliner pen. Here we go. So yeah, that's why I kind of jotted that one down. There we go. But so I'm almost out of eyeliner. Damn it! Can't even give myself a good cat's eye because like it don't want to do that. It's not working today. That's fine. Okay. And I said, guys, welcome through. Tap the screen for me, like the live. If you're new, you're more than welcome. Come and chit chat with me. I do like it when people stop by to see me. So, did you guys see there's a singer? I'd never heard of him before. His name is, it's David, right? But it's spelled DRVDS. Or no, I'm sorry, it's DRVD. And somehow that's David, okay? They had, apparently his Tesla got abandoned somewhere, right? And everybody was like defending him. They were like, he didn't do anything. Like, da, da, da. His Tesla sat in like an impound for like a year, right? And then they went to go get the Tesla open, right? They opened the Tesla. There's a head and a torso in it, right? So they go and they look, and here it's like a 13-year-old girl that's been missing for like a year, right? I think she was there. She was either 13 or 15. But like this is like a crazy story too. So here, come to find out, all these people were defending him, and they were like, he would never, like all his face, it would never happen, never, never. And then here, come to find out, it was his underage girlfriend who he had like matching tattoos with, and like all this stuff. And I'm like, the fuck, like, I do not understand. They've been coming out with this thing about Garth Brooks lately that I think is pretty funny, where as somebody I guess had too much time on their hands, so they ended up putting together like a timeline of all Garth Brooks like tour dates and all the unsolved crimes that happened in that city at that point in time. So there's like this weird theory going around that Garth Brooks is like a serial unaliver, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I mean, technically, most tours will go to big cities, right? They'll go to big cities. Like, that's, they go to Philly, they go to New York, they go to here, they go to there, all that stuff. So it's like, I mean, crime is going to happen in any big city, regardless of what, but they kind of located, like, a certain type of, like, how they all have their serial signature, which is, like, the way that they like to do it, and who they pick and who this and da-da-da-da and all that stuff, right? And so, yeah, that's I mean, like, I'm like, Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks is the type of guy, though, that I would look at him and be like, he would never. he would never. But I always wondered, like, why? Like, you have somebody that's like a pop star. Why is it just the thrill of doing it? Because it's not allowed. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't care. Wait, if you can have like any woman, why do you want? Hey, somebody that's underage. Like, that's crazy to me. That is absolutely crazy to me. But so yeah, there's this real theory going around the internet of Garth Brooks, and I'm like, like Garth Brooks is probably sitting at home like chilling, like just sitting there, and he's like, what? Now, if it turned out to be true, I'm not gonna lie, I would trip out a little bit. Anthony, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. And I said, guys, if you're new, you're more than welcome. Come and chit chat with me. We are getting our day going. I am super sleepy. I said my dog, he had me like, I was literally folded up like a damn Tetris piece last night, and that's how I slept. So I got up this morning. I could feel it all down the back of my legs. I could feel it all up my side. My back hurt. Like, I'm like, ugh. And on top of it, I've only had like 4 hours sleep, so I'm tired as fuck. Like, I'm tired as fuck. I heard that they're doing protests, Anthony, up in the UK. They're doing the anti-Trump protests. Like, I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can't blame other countries for not liking it. I really don't have a personal opinion about them. I'm like, like I said, I'm not a registered voter. I'm not up to date on all the different stances and politics, and some people get really, really into it. Like, I'm like, I've never voted a day in my life. Like, I'll admit that freely. Like, I've never voted a day in my life, and I really don't feel the need to. Because, like I said, I'm not educated enough on what's going on in the world to go, okay, well, this is how I feel about this, or this is how I feel about this. Like, I don't really have an opinion because I said, either way, it's all, whichever party it is, whichever what it is, like, whichever religion, whatever this, whatever that, they're all looking to push their own narrative. Which I get, but they call politics a game for a reason because, like, there is no one party who is above playing politics. It's like a chess match. Like, how do I get the people to believe this? How do I get this person to do what this person said? How do I make this over to this? Like, it's a game. It's a game, and some people are really, really good at it. Like, I don't feel like I'm a really bad liar. I normally, in my everyday life, I choose to just not lie. Because there's really no point in that. Like, I'll get, like, caught and shit. Like, I can remember being younger and, like, lying to people just about, like, little dumb shit, like 12 years old. And then I'd get caught in it, and I'm like, and I hate that feeling. So generally, I just choose to not lie. Like, I'll be alright. And so I said, if I'm thinking something, it normally, if anything, it gets me in trouble. Because if I'm thinking something, it'll normally pop right out my mouth. Alright, so guys, I have class in a little bit. If I didn't have classes today, I would totally go back to bed for a little bit. I would be like, let me go lay down, Because I said I only had about 4 hours sleep. Like, and then I couldn't get to sleep. And then once I got to sleep, I couldn't stay down. And, like, the dog, he slept, but he slept hard. I said, I woke up this morning and I literally had one leg like this. Like, how old are you? I'm 45, man. So, I have one, and then the other leg was going the other direction and all that stuff, you know what I mean? And then, like, my back was twisted and whatnot, so that's how I woke up this morning. And I said, if you guys are new, you're more than welcome to come and chit-chat with me. I do love it when people stop by to see me. I expect nothing out of anybody. Everything's always appreciated, but like I said, I'm happy for people just to come through and tap the screen. You know what I mean? I 100%, and I said, some people, I'll see them, and they're like, come on, guys, we only need 59 more galaxies. Come on, guys, we only need 50. And I'm like, times are not, we're like in, like, times in this country, we're economically, like, struggling a bit for whatever reason, like, whatever the reason may be. And it's like, I don't know, like, I see some people that I'm like, whoa, like, what has happened during their streaming career to make them so spoiled? I just need 59 more galaxies. Like, bitch, are you joking? Like, come on now. Like, 59. That's why I say that, because I went to somebody's live the other day, and that's what her goal was a total of 60 galaxies. And I'm like, the fuck? Like, what the fuck? Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? And then I was like wondering too if like by the time she was done, did she actually get that? Because it said if somebody is too good of a live streamer, I've said this on here a lot. If somebody is too good of a live streamer, there's an issue. If somebody's too slick with getting you to part with your money, there's like an issue. That's somebody that is not. And people play, and that's what I said, like the whole thing with politics. People, even online through live streaming, they play a lot of games with shit. Like and that's just what they do. Like, you know what I mean? Like somebody will, oh, okay, and then they feel like you feel like you're the only way that you're going to be able to be friends with them is if you gift them constantly, and then and then people will be in each other's lives and they'll literally gift themselves just to get the gifting kind of kicked off. And I'm like, that's so weird to me, man. Any diamond I've ever made has been organic. Like it has not been from me gifting myself, winning. Like some people will get up, they'll send people like, say Anthony, right? Like if I hit up Anthony and I was like, hey, I'm pushing for rankings, like which I would never do, but I'm just saying like I'm pushing for the rankings. Can we I'm gonna send you $500 and you just, send it back to me because that'll put me at number in the rankings and then I'll make X amount. Like they used to do it on Meet Me all the time. Like they would do where it was like, that's pretty much what it was with like the contest. But then a lot of people, they would go on Meet Me and they'd hit their friends up because we had things over there called wheels, right? And they were like chances, right? They were chances of, you would say send 200 diamonds, right? And you could hit a 5,000 diamond bonus. You could hit you knew you were at least getting 200 diamonds out of it. You're already giving me two organics. You're ridiculous. But just call me Aldi. But like, so people would do that, and so then they'd hit their friend up, hey, can you send these back to me? And we also, yeah, okay. Well, the top guy on the site hit over 1 billion diamonds, right? Had over 1 billion diamonds. Every 80,000 diamonds was $200, right? He had over 1 billion diamonds, but it was because he was like an accountant. So he had gone through and did the math of exactly how many wheels he would need to get back based on the percentages, so that way he, whatever, like say it was like $3,500 to get a return of $4,500 or a return of 10,000, and he would get somebody else to send him the wheels because he knew he had at least an X amount shot of getting it. And I'm like, that's kind of taking the fun out of it, isn't it? Like it's the whole thing with wheels was it was supposed to be like chance and all that stuff, and I'm like, well, here they just kind of okay. Like, I don't know. I said if I end up being successful on live streaming, it's because my people have chosen to make me that. It's not because I chose it for myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. It's because people are too kind and they're, I don't know, taking pity on me or something. They're like, oh, look, she's okay. There you go. I said, guys, you're more than welcome. Come and chit chat with me. Welcome through. Tap the screen, like the live. I said I am dual streaming. So you hear me talking to some of you that are not in your chat. Oh my god, I am so tired. I have my caffeine in me today, man, and I'm already like running on A. Hello, Kayla. What's going on, guys? Welcome through. Pull up a bar stool. We're gonna do some weird news this morning. I said I have a class in a little bit, so I'm like, Arr. And my art classes. Thank you, HB2. I appreciate that. But my classes, no English. Okay, but yeah, you decided to come through and try. Okay. I don't speak anything else, Kayla, so I have a feeling the story of us is over. There we go. But yeah, so I do all ages. I do virtual classes so that way people can just do it from like the comfort of their own home. I do acrylic, watercolor. I do oil painting. Like I sculpt. Like I dabble. I dabble in a lot of stuff, There we go. Okay. So I said, this is going to be another amazing day. I hope everybody has a good day. Like, you guys, you all deserve it. So go fucking have an amazing day. Like, it's going to be a good one. So I'm going to try to be a productive member of society, be a taxpayer today, all that good stuff. I said, I feel like I'm literally running on A. Like, I feel like I'm like dragging ass like crazy. You know what I mean? I said, I've already been on here once today. Like, I got up this morning and, like, I just couldn't sleep. Like, my dog, he slept hard. At one point, I woke up. He's got himself completely wrapped up in the blanket like a damn dog burrito. And I'm like, dude, you're killing me here. Hey, come on. And so, okay, let's see. Yeah, and then this was also, Anthony, I don't know if you've ever heard of Jimmy Kimmel. His show got canceled recently. He was like a big talk show host over here. And it was because he had made like remarks about Charlie Kirk. And so Trump came out and said, well, you know what? He deserves to get his show canceled because he was classless. It wasn't because of the comments he made about him. It was about, I don't like, I mean, I do think that comedy, like, I do think people, like, I think if you're going to be open to comedy and tune into a comedy show, you have to kind of expect that nothing's off the table. But I just think that people thought it was, like, really classless. Which I can kind of see, too. Shefford, welcome back, baby. Shefford, I'm telling you, man, I'm dragging it. I'm going to end up, I have a class in a little bit. Is it okay to describe some women as tissues? I was going to say, I mean, I would believe that. Welcome back, respectable. I was going to say, you've been through a lot over, like, the last 5 years. He's just come through to talk shit about women again. Yeah, I was going to say, I already know this shtick, man. I already know this shtick. We've had many, many encounters, like, and it's pretty much always the same thing. Women, 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 women suck, men don't, women, women. Like, it's always, okay, but yeah, but it's always the same thing. Like, it's literally been 5 years, and you haven't brought through anything that was original at all. Like, somebody else might, like, go dig into it, but, like, I don't know. Just kind of, it's boring at this point. It's been, like, 5 years, dude. There we go. Alright, so next in the weird news, I said, guys, welcome through. Tap the screen. I like it when people... I'm just going to not read your stuff, gentlemen. Because, like I said, this has been the same shtick for, like, 5 years. Yeah, it's the same shtick. You say the same shit every time it comes out. You did it, like, the other day. Bring me something original, I'll give you something original back. Oh god, did you guys see the video of Bad Baby? You know, she always acts like she's like this tough chick and whatnot. There is a video going around the internet right now, and it's so funny. It's her literally holding on to, it's not funny, it's sad. Like, let's put it that way, it's sad. But at the same time, it's kind of funny because it's literally her holding on to her boyfriend's car hood, and he's trying to drive off, and she's like screaming and holding on to his car. I'm telling you, even the toughest chick, like, I wouldn't have taken her as, like, tough. Like, normally people that, like, talk tough are not. Like, if people are tough, they don't need to talk about it. They just kind of are, and they know they are, and that's all there is to it. You know what I mean? Like, that's all there is. They don't need to prove anything. When people work too hard to prove themselves, that's when I'm like, yeah, it just seems like BS. Like, I thought that she was just a little dog with just a big mouth for a while. Like, I think everybody's thought that. Like, who jumped? Even when she was back in, like, being 13 years old and the Catch Me Outside shit, how she became famous is, like, beyond me. Like, I don't understand how the Cash Me Outside girl... Hi from Germany. Hi, Steven. How are you, honey? But, like, how did, like, the girl... Like, how did that girl get big? She's a rapper. Not a good one. Like, the only thing I've really ever heard about... I couldn't name you one of her songs. She got a smoking body. I'll give her that. She got a smoking ass body. And I know she did OF for, like, a long time. And that's how she got... like, kind of bigger. Like, they said she made, like, $1 million in a day. I'm like, holy shit. Like, that would be fucking awesome. I'm like, I don't even do that shit, but I'll have to admit, $1 million in a day would be awesome. So, yeah, there's a video going around on the internet, and it's literally her, and she's holding on to her boy. Like, go watch it. Did you see this video, Shefford? It was something else. It was something else. Thanks, Shadow. Thank you, Almighty. I appreciate you guys. Welcome through. Tap the screen. If you're new, you're more than welcome. Come and chit-chat with me. I said I do mostly TikTok and YouTube, but I'll do other stuff here and there and all that stuff. You look quite cute, though. Well, thank you, Steven. I appreciate that. with that beautiful. Yeah, oh my god, the video is like wild. Like she's literally on his car hood, like screaming and crying and everything else. Like, I mean, I'm like, so now the next time she comes through and tries to talk tough with people, right? Remember that. Like, I can't imagine that anybody. And see, the problem, I can say this, right? With her, it comes to she's tiny. But just imagine going through your whole life and what people know about you. If people think that you think you're tough, then they want to challenge you for it. So, you could be out like, the Cash Me Outside girl. People would love to get their hands on you just to say, I beat up the Cash Me Outside girl. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I beat her up. Like, that's kind of a lot to walk around with. I think that she's in a obviously very toxic relationship. But she kind of reminds me of one of those people that will forever be in like a toxic relationship. There are some people that absolutely thrive on that drama. And I do not get it. I heard he isn't faithful. Yeah, I was gonna say they had she had admitted that she wasn't at one point in time, and then he went and he did so like all that stuff. Oh yeah, she could definitely be. Her attitude will be a lot to put up with. Can you imagine being a guy and trying to date her? Like every time, how come you didn't answer the phone? She's one of those chicks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There are some women that are just toxic. There are some men that are just toxic. It don't matter who they're with. It don't matter what it is. They will literally look for anything. There are some people that very much feel like they're not validated. I had an ex-boyfriend from Albania, right? And he was kind of like that. Like he wanted to fight, to stay in love. I'm not like that. Like, I think that love is supposed to be relaxed. I think that it's something that feels natural. I think it's something that makes you happy. And you know what I mean? But he wanted to, like, fight to stay in love. So, like, if I didn't answer the phone enough, hey, da 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 da, where were you at? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, life is too short to live like that. Like, I can't hang with that. Like, if somebody's going to fight with me too much, I'm just like, all right, I got to move on. Because if you're spending more of your time fighting than you are laughing with each other, there's a problem. Like a big problem. Like a big, big, big problem. You know what I mean? Like a big, big, big problem. And that's all there is to it. So, like I said, if you find that you are fighting together more than you are laughing, like just reevaluate the whole relationship. Because I guarantee you can find somebody else that you will mesh with better that won't cause you all that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't think that's what love is supposed to be. I don't think that it's fighting with each other all the time. I don't think it's drama and who did what on who. But like I said, she hits me as the type that even if she could get like the most laid back guy in the world, and he'd be like, all right, I'm gonna lay down and take a nap, and she's like, okay, and then starts blowing his phone up, like, how come? And then like he gets up like 2 hours later, and he's like, what? I told you I was sleeping. Well, you should have answered the phone. What if it had been an emergency? Like, there are some people that just like to, can you introduce me to there are some people, man, that like to fight. Like I said, I would rather be single than be in a toxic relationship. Like, you know what I mean? I said, me and my ex-husband, I knew that, like, we were not meant to be together. Like, I just knew it. I could feel it. I tried to fight it for a while to see, like, because I wanted to stay. Like, I loved him. Like, I did. I loved him. And I said I was with him for like 9 years, like the whole bit, but like, it's too stressful. Life is too short to worry about being stressed all the time. I mean, that's just how it is. Life is so short. Like, don't spend all your time fighting with other people, because at the end of the day, it's just time that you wasted. Like, be around the people that make you happy. You know, so if that's my takeaway from today, that's what I would say is, like, don't spend your time fighting with people, because I didn't want to be. I knew that me and him were toxic together, right? Like, I'm normally pretty laid back. He's, you know, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I would find myself getting sucked into the fighting, and it's like, I don't want to be with somebody that I have to fight with all the time. And I wanted him to have the ability to find somebody that would be good for him. I realized I couldn't be good for him either. So there could be normal people that when they get into a relationship turn toxic as well. Like, it just happens. That's how it is. Like, and it sucks. And it sucks, but like I said, I can't. If a relationship is that too high maintenance, like I'm like, whoa, like I don't. So I said my ex boyfriend was Albanian. You probably remember him, Anthony. So he was like he would just fight about everything. He'd be in my chat. He was in there like every stream from like the day I met him. He was in there like from beginning to end, right? But then he would like fight with people in the chat. I'm like, I come to live streaming, like this helps me unwind. Like I have a good time doing this. I find this very therapeutic. So it's like when you take away my good time and my therapy, but even him, like I realized that I definitely can get sucked into toxic relationships, and I don't want to be toxic to another person. That's just I don't want to be toxic to somebody else. Like I think everybody deserves the right to be happy in this lifetime, and everybody deserves like, I hate your videos. Okay, awesome. Don't watch them. Okay. Did you guys see what happened with the Labubu's? Did you guys see what happened? I was like, whoops. So the chick that here's the thing, how Labubu's got big is like beyond me. It's literally just a stuffed animal. But like they're like the new Beanie Baby, like they're being sold for like hundreds of dollars and all this stuff, and then there's specialty ones, and somebody bought like a gold-plated one, and blah 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 blah, and all that stuff, and I'm like I don't feel the need for a Labubu. I can see like if you have kids and they want like certain things, but even still, I'd wait until like. What the fuck you need you're a little kid. What the fuck you need like a $600 stuffed animal for? Like kids ruin shit. Like, but then there were also this was something that adults also got into too. So that's just kind of, I don't have any. My daughter has a couple of them. I don't have any. Like, I'm like, I'm good. Like, kind of look like The Exorcist. Yeah, I'm not a fan of gold either. All my jewelry is silver. Like, I don't know. I don't like gold. I never have. But so, and even my jewelry that I wear now is like permanently embedded in my body. If it's not anything else, I don't want it. And so, Labubu recently, their their stock, right, crashed over $13 billion in 3 weeks. Hi, how's your day going? It's going good, Alvin. How's yours, baby? But yeah, that's wild, and that's wild to me. Like that's maybe I miswrote it. Maybe it was 13 million. 13 billion seems like a lot. But those things were expensive. It might have been 13 million. Don't quote me on the number. I might have written it down wrong. Hi, Fanny. What's happening? Guys, welcome through. Tap the screen, like the live. I love it when people stop by to see me. Everybody's more than welcome in here. Everybody, come on in. Pull up a bar stool. I love it when people stop by to see me. I was gonna say it was funny. I had a dude come through, and he's a troll, and all he does is talk shit about women. And it's literally been like 5 years. 5 years, and it's all the same shit. I'm like, man, I hope he finds somebody and make him happy. I do. Like I said, I believe that everybody deserves the right to be happy, regardless of whether they're a tool bag or not. You know what I mean? They still deserve the right. So I'm like, I was hoping he'd find somebody by now. And here we go. But that's like one of those things where I'm like, I think that a woman at some point turned him, and then like he's an ass, so the women are asses back then. I'm like, you might have a better response if you actually just try to be nice. We're just humans. Just saying. That's my opinion. But he's obviously happy with the way he's living. Like I said, it's been 5 years. So I'm like, really? After 5 years, you're still okay? Danzig, what about them? All right, like the band? Say you love Satan. The band? I mean, I guess they're okay. I didn't know if maybe you mistyped something. I was just double checking. All right, so let's see. But yeah, so the owner of Labubu, she went on, and I think this was just one of those things. Your name says Miss. Okay, well, that's what I'm asking. Was that what you meant? I thought maybe you were trying to put dancing or something, Hi, Leanzami. How are you guys? Welcome through. Tap the screen. I love it when people stop by to see me. I did it more. It was my family on like a live streaming site. Okay, all right. My first thought was, oh, band. And then I was like, music. And then I was like, well, maybe he mistyped. Like, if I don't get enough coffee in me, I'll be like, That and sometimes my nails are long. So I'll be like, fuck, fuck. Like, I don't know where that fucking duck keeps coming. Like, I want to say fuck. I don't want to say a duck. I don't know why the duck comes out. I don't know who this fucking rogue duck is that keeps sneaking its way into my autocorrect, but it's like, oh yeah, Anthony, have a good one, honey. And I said, guys, or my, I see, like I said, I wasn't, now I know this is sacrilege, but I wasn't really big into the Misfits. It was my family name on live streaming, so it was more like a live streaming thing. But that's what it was like we made up the family around Christmas time, and it was Island of Misfit Toys. So that's kind of like a little backstory on where it came from. Oh, no, you're good, you're good. Like I said, I like them as, as much as anybody else, but hello, G White. How are you guys? Welcome through. And I said I am dual streaming, so if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, I promise you I'm not losing my marbles. I do the weird news for saying, yeah, there's like a rogue duck. Like, I will take an autocorrect and like, because I curse a lot. When I type, I curse a lot too. It's just how it goes. Just curse a lot. I don't know. I potty mouth. It's fine. It's fine. I'm potty mouth. And so, you first go get a phone, and then like every single thing it wants to re-put it as like a different word. So I'll write like the word "see" and it's like cat. I'm like, no, I was getting ready to write a "see you next Tuesday." And like, not towards anybody, but I do use that word not frequently. But I'm definitely not one of those women that's like offended by that word. Like, I'm just not. Some people are really hardcore against it. I'm like, it don't really bother me. But wait, I was talking about the rogue duck. Okay. But then, like, I get the point, like, my phone, because you'll, like, go to type a word, and then you'll put, like, replace or whatever, so that way it knows, like, hey, this is a word I use frequently, like, see you next Tuesday. And then it's funny, because my autocorrects will get to the point, like, it looks like they have Tourette's. Like, I'll start to say something like, I can't come over, and I get to the C, and it's like, the see you next Tuesday. It's the, like, it'll be like crap. The rooster. Like, I'm like, man, my autocorrect looks like it has Tourette's. Oh, hi, Denji, guys, welcome through. Tap the screen like the live. And so, but yeah, that's a lot of money, regardless. I mean, 13 billion. I think I wrote it down wrong. I'm pretty sure at this point it's 13 million. But so these things were massive. Thank you, Denji. I appreciate you. The Labubus were just absolutely massive recently, and like everybody's been all about them. You're so bombshell. Awesome, thank you, honey. But like, I can't figure out why people are so like enticed by these things. It's a stuffed animal, right? There's like nothing else going on with it, right? There's not like, I don't know. It's got a heart, gold made of pure heart, or heart made of pure gold. I said I didn't get much sleep last night, guys, so my brain is not working right today. Like, my brain is not working right. It's having a siesta right now, whether I'm awake or not. You know what I mean? Like, it's off over here. I'm here. It's way over there, And so I said my reading comprehension is probably going to be absolutely pooped today. Like, I apologize in advance. But so yeah, the Labubus. So if you haven't seen what happened with them, right? And I said I do the weird news first thing in the morning. I'll do like trending topics, like influencer news, whatever I come across on the internet, whatever I do. So I like jotted this one down. So this chick, she went to go dye a Labubu, right? She wanted to dye its fur black, right? And like, I don't know. She probably didn't think this one through. But so it's got a black face on it, right? And then she proceeds to put like a red handkerchief around its head and like something else. And people were like, yo, did she just make a Labubu and blackface? Like, you know what I mean? So she's gotten herself, I'm like, oh my God, and it was probably like, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and say she probably wasn't thinking it through. But she's coming up with new ideas constantly. And like I said, I'm not excusing if that's what she meant. That's pretty fucked up. But like, anybody that has like $1 million company, like, they want to keep producing more products. So that way it gives people more of a reason to keep buying. So that's why I'm like, I don't know that she necessarily did it on purpose. Maybe I seen a picture of it and I was like, Oh, oh, okay. Because it's like white around the side, but then it's just got the face. And I'm like, maybe she wasn't thinking it through. Maybe she. I mean, she's made enough money that she can. I mean, I'm sure she could probably retire for the rest of her life off of just fucking labubos. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I just don't get it. Like, I don't know. I'm not one of those people. I don't need a Coach bag. I'm fine with no Coach bag. I don't need Cartier jewelry. I don't need like I'm okay without all that stuff. Like that stuff is so irrelevant to me. But on top of it, I like fuck shit up. Like I'm clumsy. I lose stuff. I like I said, I think the most expensive piece of jewelry I ever had. I mean, I have a fossil watch, but it's a little bit older. But I had my engagement ring from my ex-husband, right? And I thought it was real pretty. Like the one that I went and picked out was just a simple heart. And he said, no, 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 it's not big enough. And I said, okay. So, and I should have known then things weren't going to work because we literally got into a fight at the jewelry store while we were picking out an engagement ring. Like hindsight, you know what I mean? Red flags for both of us. Like, yeah. And I say he's a great dude. Don't ever think that I'm like talking shit about him because I'm definitely not. But it's just, in hindsight, I was young and all that stuff, and now I'm like, hmm. Like I'm sure he probably looks at me the same way. Like, what was I thinking? And I wouldn't blame him for that. But yeah, so in my head, I think she maybe just wasn't thinking it through on what this would look like to other people. And then she probably, once she started getting backlash, was probably like, oh, fuck. Oh, shit. And by then it's too late. If there's like scandal with stuff, but either way, like, I mean, I've seen where people were paying like $60 for one of those. I've seen other ones, like I said, I know there was a gold plated Labubu. So now that they're not going to be as popular, what good does having a gold plated one do? It's like, when they had those really, they had those specialty beanie babies. Oh, it's the Olympics, the 24, the whatever, right? Like, oh, da 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 da, the specialty edition. And when the person bought it, it was worth like $800. Like, you want things that are going to appreciate in value when you buy them, especially like when they're high dollar items, not something that will depreciate in value. And so there were people that sunk tons and tons and tons of money into like beanie babies. They left it in that plastic case, like they, with the tag, like, and that's another thing with the beanie babies. If you lose the tags, you're SOL. Like, and I get it. They want to make sure it's authentic when they go to buy stuff. But there were people, there was, at one point, there was like, I can remember seeing it on eBay, like an $800 beanie baby. I don't remember what it was. But like, I mean, they got pretty expensive and pretty popular there for a bit. And then the more popular they get, the more they want to mass produce them because they want to cash in on it. Like, I get it. But now, like, if you took like a beanie baby to like say like a pawn shop, right? And you're like, fuck, I don't have enough money to pay my bills. Let me go to a pawn shop, like not rug related, just saying like if it was like a normal thing people would go to pawn shops for. Is that a filter? No. I was gonna say I wish this one had a filter on it. Maybe it has a little one. I don't know. Yeah, no, I was gonna say normally YouTube it doesn't have filters, does it? I hope it does. I hope it does. I was gonna say my nice tats. Oh well, thank you, Shadow. I appreciate you. And I said, guys, I am dual streaming, so welcome through y'all. I appreciate you guys stopping by to see me. I said I am hanging out. I gotta work here in a little bit, so I'm like moving my way right along. But so yeah. So but I mean the Beanie Babies now, like you can't. They won't. Shops won't even buy them anymore. Like they won't even buy them anymore. Like straight up, they won't even buy them. Like they're like, people are like, well, I bought it for $800. You did, and you probably wasted your money like all those years ago. And so I said, I'm just not into like name brand stuff. Like I said, I my engagement ring was probably like the most expensive thing. Like I said, when I was with my ex-husband, it was the most expensive piece of jewelry I've ever owned. And guess what happened? Take a guess. I broke it. I sure did. I broke it. I sure did. So it's like I don't know. I'm not one of those women that like is like, oh, I need a Coach bag or like it's a purse. You realize how many bottles of perfume or lipsticks or holes I've had in purses. Like I don't get it. I'm not that type of chick. Like, I don't, like I said, I would never have a Cartier bracelet. And if you like that stuff, that's fine. That's up to you. But, like, I feel like at some point I'd break it and then I'd get home and I'd be like, oh shit, shit. Oh my God, I lost my Cartier bracelet. Like, most people don't think to, unless it's like really high dollar stuff, they really don't think to insure their jewelry. But then, I mean, you're just out like that money. Like I said, for one little tiny bracelet, boom, what you doing, baby guys? Welcome through. Tap the screen like the live. I said, I am running on E, y'all. I'm running on E. Okay, so let's see. They keep talking about Lily Tino. I don't know why they're still. And like I said, guys, I'd write down whatever I find to be a trending topic. Oh my God, my allergies are acting up all of a sudden. So they're talking about somebody named Brandy Nitti. I think I said that. You look absolutely delicious. Say, well, thank you, darling. See how pretty this is. But so they're talking about somebody's been arrested for. They keep talking about how it's like they think that they've been unalived. I said that this had been like a big one because she was on here for a bit, right? And people kept talking about, like, apparently somebody came out, right? Like somebody came out and said, hey, I know this person from everyday life and they're not actually trans. They're doing a satire of what they think trans people are like. I would really hope that nobody would do something like that. Like, I would really hope that nobody would do something like that. But I mean, it is the internet. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't put anything past somebody. But that's like I said, that's what somebody came out and said not too long ago. And I'm like, okay. Oh yeah, I was gonna say I've seen this one the other day. I'm not too far from Philadelphia, right? So I'm like, okay, you know what I mean? I'll hear stuff like if it's the Philadelphia airport, like everything in this area I'll see it like somewhere. Like, Do you do drugs? Not currently. Why, you got some? No, I'm teasing. No, I'm good on all that. I didn't really drink that much. I drink when I go out. But so there was. So they took, or what was it? It was right before they landed. Hold on. Yeah, there was, it was right after they left. They were leaving the Philadelphia airport, right? And they actually had 3 birds. Do I? Oh, wait, does he? I don't know. They might, I don't know. But, right, Lacey, how are you, baby? Gosh, what a question to ask somebody, right? Like, if people are really on something, are they going to be like, oh, yeah. Like, I got a coupon, 2 for 1 the other day. Like, I mean, people don't normally, like, be like, oh yeah, I'm about that shit. Like, what's up? Let's go. You know what I mean? They're like, they'll just ignore it. I'm like, I'll make a joke about it. But yeah, so they had to make, so they were taking off. They were leaving Philadelphia airport, and they ended up, there was a whole like group of like birds, right? And they got, oh my God, you want to talk about some Final Destination type shit? This would trip me out so bad. I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't know that I'd be able to fly a plane after this. Or fly in a plane. Not fly a plane. I'm not a pilot. Because apparently I do routes. But, so they were taking off and they had like this group of birds. And there ended up being 3 of them that got sucked into one of the things. And I'm like, that's like some Twilight Zone type shit. Like I said, that literally is like Final Destination. I would probably never fly again. Never. Did you guys ever see there was a plane in the 70s? And I remember watching, I was like real little, and I can remember my sister watching a documentary on TV, and I couldn't tell you what the name of the movie was. I couldn't tell you, like, I literally don't know, but they had a plane. And I said, you got to think this is probably like 80s, 90s. I seen this movie, so I don't know. But they were in a plane, right? And the whole top of the plane ripped off, just out of nowhere. Where are you from? I'm from Delaware. It's very boring here. So that's why people do rugs. No, I don't know. There's a lot of people in my area that do it. I'm good on all that. But, so yeah, but like the whole top of this plane like ripped off. I remember there was one person that got a beam in their face, and then they're trying to land with the whole top of the plane ripped off. So it was a whole, I don't remember what it was called. I don't remember the precise story. I just know that they were literally in mid flight. There was one not too long ago. They'd, what's going on, baby? And I said, guys, I am dual streaming. So if you hear me talking to somebody and they're not in your chat, I promise you it's just the other chat. There was one and like you want to be really freaked out by an airplane ride, go watch this video because it was, they were either, I think they took off from Philadelphia and they were landing in Hong Kong or vice versa. They were either taking off from Hong Kong and landing in Philly, something like that. It was from my area all the way over to Hong Kong. And they were like in the last hour of their flight, maybe. Like normally once they start their descent, they unlock the doors of the plane, right? Well, there was a person who was mentally ill, obviously, on the plane, right? And I don't know how they knew. Like, I don't know, maybe they read it online somewhere and they were like, that's the way to go. But so this person got up and it's, like I said, literally within, they'd started the descent. So they're still up there, but they're landing in like the next 20 minutes, right? Good morning, Theta. How are you, baby? So they ended up like this person got up, grabbed the door handle, right? Opened the door, got sucked out the plane, but then what the fuck is that? I was gonna say Gina. There you go. But so yeah, so they ended up, the person got sucked out, and I seen the videos of it because I said now there's phones in there's cameras in everybody's phone that's in everybody's hand. So there's videos from it, and you want to talk about something? Yeah, you want to talk about a plane ride that will make you, like, even just watching the videos, I was like, that definitely makes me not want to fly. I've never flown over the ocean. Are you a girl? Does it matter? You look scary. Awesome. Don't look. Was this recently? Yeah. So, yeah, I was going to say Lacey. Yeah, it does. Why? You're not going to get to be part of anything down there, so what does it matter? You're just somebody in my chat. She's someone's mother. I mean, I am, but let's see. All right, so that, like I said, oh my God, if you watch that video, you will like trip out. I've gotten so used to fucking like stupid trolls on here, and it's all kids. It's all kids. YouTube's like, this was maybe within the last year. I wouldn't say like recent. My bad. Gina, fuck off. Like, I don't understand why people think that live streamers value your opinion that much. We don't. Like, in order to be part of to be a live streamer, you have to have some thick skin. And trolls are kind of part of it, but I said it's only the sites where they really have kids that even get them. So it's normally somebody's like 10-year-old sitting in school. We're not supposed to be on our phone. Like, it's stupid. It's stupid. Give your mom back her phone, right? You should tell her she needs to change the password. Okay, so let's see. But it's like dumb to me. You do value my opinion, otherwise you'd ignore me? Okay, we can start that now. So there was a dash cam. You're thinking that you're way more important. Somebody caught a nerve. Right. You think you're way more important. I'm sorry that this is the only way you can validate yourself. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you're bored. I am. I'm sorry. So there was a dash cam and it showed like this one. I seen this one too. I seen this one. I was scrolling on TikTok the one day and I seen this one too. And it was actually a 70-year-old man, right? And he was driving, bless his heart for still driving at 70, right? He sped across an embankment, right? And launched off a hill, and it was caught on a dash cam, right? And it was in Long Island. But he's like 7 years old. He's fine. He's fine. Like, he's okay. You know what I mean? Like, he's all right. Like, thank goodness. But I'm like, oh my God. Like, I wonder if it was... I had one time, right? I was down in the ER one time. Like, this is when I was like younger, right? Like big younger. And we were like, it was me and my boyfriend at the time, and we were in the, we're waiting, you know what I mean? Old people are crazy. Young people are crazy when driving too. Everybody's got cell phones in their hands. You'll see somebody like this. And then the worst part, you know how cops are supposed to enforce like the traffic, like no driving on your cell phone. Cops are like the worst with it. You'll drive by a cop and they got their phone up and they're also typing on their keyboard like this. Like, I'm telling you, cops are the worst with it. But so, Yeah, I was down the ER, and I said, this is like earlier in my 20s, you know what I mean? And I kept hearing them, blue alert, da 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 da, 5 minutes, blue alert, 2 minutes. Like, you don't know what it means. It's just them calling stuff over the announcements, right? And so, like, and it's not funny. I just laugh because I don't know, because I just laugh. But, so it was like blue alert, like 10 seconds, like, updating. And I'm like, oh, you know how, like, you're in the hospital and it'll be like quiet? And then all of a sudden they start doing that, and you're like, oh, something's happening. Like, what the fuck? Okay. You're like, oh man, somebody's having a worse day than me. Like, you know what I mean? And so I said, my boyfriend had turned, he'd gone into the parking spot, right? You know how they have like those concrete dividers? Well, when he did, the person had called and said, I have diabetes. I think I'm getting ready to go into shock, right? And so they were like, well, here, we'll come pick you up. He's like, no, no, no. I'm only like a minute away from the hospital, right? So they were like, well, here, just get in here. Like, be safe. Like, by the time they got there, it would have already been, you know what I mean? Like, dude was literally up the road when he felt it happening. So he went to go pull into the parking spot. And when he did, he was facing the truck, right? And he went into diabetic shock. And when he did, he slammed his foot down on the gas pedal, and it ramped up, and it landed on top of the truck. They had to get him out of the car on top of the truck. As far as I know, like I said, this is years ago, so things might have changed since then. As far as I know, he was in the ICU for a bit, but then was like, okay. And I said, my boyfriend at the time, like, I love you. Love you, unknown. Have a good one, darling. But so, he went down there, and he was like really calm about it. Like, security was like bracing for impact. You know what I mean? Like, they were like, oh God, whoever's car this is going to be so mad. And I was sitting there with him. I said, wait, in this side, isn't that where you park? Wait, that's the same color. I think they're calling your truck over the loudspeaker. And he was like, what? So he went down there, and they explained what happened. You know what I mean? And he's like, oh God. He's like, I said, dude, okay. And they said they were shocked that he took it so well. Because most people will freak out. What? Like, the car got totally demolished. It had to be replaced by insurance. Like, there was no fixing this. It smushed it. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I'm just thankful that we weren't in it. Like, he's like, but that was his first question was, is the guy okay? He wasn't worried about, had a seizure while driving with my pregnant coworker. Oh God, see, I told you, I have epilepsy, Theta, and that is like, I had not driven in 2 years, right? Hey you, I truly believe you're a good person. Were you bullied when you were young or no dad around? Since the alternative, like, neither. But, at a red light, yeah, I said, like, I have epilepsy, so it's something that I've always, like, kind of worried about. So once I found out I had epilepsy, I said, you know what? I'm not going to drive. I'm going to make sure that I'm okay. Like, I'm going to make sure that I'm all right. So I said, I'll give myself 2 years. We had it under control at that point, but I'm too nervous. I'm like, that's like the worst thing I can think about happening, Theta, is like me having an episode of something, because I don't remember when it happens. So like during that time, it's just, there's no like conscious thought. It's a malfunction. Like I said, it's like those old TVs when they get staticky and then you hit it twice on the side and it pops back on right where it left off on the show. Yeah. And so I got right up to like 2 years of being seizure free, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna start driving again in like a few months. You know what I mean? Okay. And even then, I wasn't planning on. I said I have a brand new car. I haven't. I've been making my payments. I'm like, I let my daughter drives it. I mean, so I'm like, cool. I'm finally going to get to drive my car. Yeah, yeah. And even then, I mean, we're talking like it wouldn't have been far, y'all. Like it would not have been far at all. Like, we're talking maybe up the road to the store. Maybe I take, like, the long way through the neighborhood. Maybe something. And, like, I got right up to my 2-year mark, and it was, like, maybe, like, 3 months before. And I had, like, a little mini one. And I was like, well, okay. Guess we're waiting another 2 years then. And so I actually just went, and I had I have an appointment here soon, because I said from that last one, that's the only time I've had any issues. But like I said, when it happens, I'm not aware of it. Like, imagine something happening and you not knowing that it happened. Like people were like, they were asking me like, "What the fuck was wrong with you yesterday?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" Like I don't remember it when it happens. My dad was epileptic, and my son's actually epileptic too. But I always thought because the only time I'd seen them or had any experiences when my dad had them, and I was like, okay, like I thought he was like conscious when they were happening, but he wasn't. You know what I mean? Like now I know. I'm like, okay, well, I always thought, man, that looks scary. He's in there and he's seeing all this, and there's nothing he can do about it to draw himself out of it. Like, yeah, the body's a crazy thing. And see, I don't know how long this has been there, Theta. That's the other thing that trips me out. I don't know if this is something that has been around for a while. I don't know if this is something that I don't know. I don't know what it is. But it sucks. Like it sucks. And there's just nothing there's nothing I can do about it. You know what I mean? Like there's nothing I can do about it, so it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like but I mean that's just how it is. Like, I everybody has something to deal with throughout their lifetime. Like that's what I tell my kids. I'm like, none of us get through unscathed, but came back and had a scan on our brain. Oh my god, like dude, it's scary. I just had like a 24-hour EEG not too long ago, so they're just going back through like tests and everything. But I don't think I've had any issues. So normally epilepsy, it it can like cause stuff, bad stuff to happen. But for the most part, if they put you on a medication routine, you're good. You know what I'm saying? As normally, as long as like you're on, it's just there's a lot of people walking around that are undiagnosed with it and they don't know. It acts up like one of my main triggers. I said I gotta be careful if I'm too sleepy. If I'm missing too much sleep, it can trigger one. Um, but I don't know because like I said, it takes away a little portion of my memory before that too, so I won't remember what was happening, what I was doing, but I have to be really, really careful about extreme emotional stress. Like if somebody's gonna stress me out too bad, I just like can't even deal with it. I'm like, all right, you gotta go. Like, cause I can't. Like, I cannot. Stress is not a friend of mine. Not that it ever is for anybody. And I've always been like a little laid back. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like this definitely made me more like. So I'm saying like I follow trolls all the time. I'm like, dude, there ain't nothing you can tell me that's gonna upset me. I have not found it yet. I've been through a lot. I'm big skinned. I'm like, dude, like there is nothing any troll is gonna say to me. And they'll be like, ooh, you're so triggered. And you're like, dude, you're giving yourself way too much credit. I don't know. I get mad when it's like somebody I give a shit about. Like if somebody like say a friend of mine is like really upset at me or something, I'll get upset. But like some random person, don't like it, don't look. Like, you know what I mean? It's a very simple equation. You don't like it, don't look. I'm not forcing you to. You know what I mean? Like I'm not holding you here. Like if you don't like it, look. There's other rooms. Like go look. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's what I mean. It's like there's not like a. I've never, and I was gonna say, I've been live streaming for a real long time, a real long time, and I said I think that some people give themselves too much credit. Like they really think that if they're a troll, they're gonna go through and say something that's really gonna hurt somebody. Maybe somebody else. I grew up with 4 older sisters, so that's gonna give me thicker skin anyway. But I'm like, there is nothing that anybody can. And like I said, a lot of times, and I've said this a million times over, a lot of times when the trolls come through, I feel bad for them. Like that's the only way they can get any type of attention. That's the only way that they're getting any type of validation in their life. And it's like, that sucks. Like honestly, and I've said this before. Misery loves company. Yeah, and that's like I said. If anything, I felt bad for him. Like it must suck that that's how you get your joy is just by going around the internet being miserable. Like you know what I mean? Like if anything, when you do that, you really troll yourself because all you're saying is, "I'm a sad human." So it's like I don't really want to talk shit back to people because it's either somebody's kid or it's a really sad adult, and it's happy people don't do that shit. They just don't. Like they just don't. Like happy, mature people, they don't do that shit. It's either kids, which are miserable kids, or it's adults that are miserable adults that used to be miserable kids. So I'm like I said, I've never lost an ounce of sleep. Like I sleep good on my massive pillow at night. Like I'm like snoring like a baby. Except for last night, my dog woke me up last night. But like, there's nothing. There's nothing that could really trigger me. Like I said, I feel like at this point in my life, I've had everything said to me that could be said, and it just comes down to a very simple equation. You don't like it? You got muscles behind your eyes. Feel free to use them. It's not my fault you don't have good taste. You don't know what you're missing out on. And it's like people act like you force them to be there, and it's like, no, you're the only one that's making you be here. Like, but I said each one of them thinks that they do something so much that they somehow make themselves relevant. You're too cute to be here. Aw, thank you, Steven. But they think that what they get it. It's like such a big deal, and it's like you've like, what's that mean? You have like of or something. What does that mean, Stephen? I don't know. I was going to say sometimes my reading comprehension, like I said, I'm a little tired today. My reading comprehension is probably in the toilet, so that's probably something that's not making sense to me. Here we go. But yeah, like they'll be like, "Ooh, you're like," I'll be sitting there, and I'm like, "Okay, cool," and they're like, "Ooh, you're still triggered," and you're like, "Okay, cool. Have a good day, sorry." Like, right, look at me, so mad. You can give me your email address. He's like, I want to spam you. Like, thanks, Steven. I appreciate you. But and I said like I've had people that were trolls that were actually like really funny, and then somehow I've gotten to be friends with them and whatnot. But like 90% of this stuff is just dumb shit. Like just dumb shit. Like I don't know. I ain't got. I don't have enough time in my free time like off here. So damn big one. Lacey, you're so funny. But I just don't, like I said, when I'm not on here, I work, I have family, I have like I keep myself very, very busy. So the last thing I have time to do is sit in somebody's live and talk shit to them. Like my life ain't that boring. Like I don't know. Like maybe if there's another reason people do it, I'm open to hearing it, but like I said, there was like this one troll right on Meet Me. My English is not that perfect though, so then why do you want to email me? But like this dude, he used to come through, and I remembered him because he only would come through and say the same shit. You're single though? No, I was gonna say I'm seeing somebody, but they're like he would just come through. He had two comments, and that's all he would ever say. So those two comments. And like he got in the box, I tried fighting him back, like you know what I mean? Because like, listen, I got a mouth on me. Like I might not, maybe I don't seem like it. I would assume everybody would know, but I can talk shit with the best of them. But like then you get, that's all they'll do is just bring through like the same dumb things. Like it's not anything. Like I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, I'm really trying here. Like I'm fucking roasting you. Like cool. Like you know. And then they're just like, you're dumb, and it's spelled like DUM, and you're like. No, your education is dumb. Mm-hmm. Your spelling is dumb. Mm-hmm. Your comments are dumb. Like, and then they're like, ooh, did I hit a nerve? No, you really didn't. Like, as soon as somebody leaves, I just forget about it. I'm like, all right. Like, so this dude, he was like, oh, I bet you remember me. And I was like, from where? Which site? And he's like, oh, from... It was on, you know, it was on Meet Me back in the day. And he's like, oh, from on here. And I'm like, Pookie, welcome back, baby. And I'm like, wait, from on Meet Me? You were on here? And he's like, yeah, I used to come through and say, and I was like, no, I don't recall. And he's like, yeah, I came through like every day for like a year. And I'm like, I literally didn't know who dude was. Not a clue. Like, but he thought that he like affected my life somehow, and I'm like, and then he started coming through, but he would only ever say like the same two things. Like I don't know if he was doing that originally, but either way, I didn't know it, right? Like I didn't know I was like, He's like, oh, come on, you don't remember me? I'd be like, yeah, I remember you. You know what I mean? You're a dick, huh? You know what I mean? But I'm like, I had no idea who he was. And then he would get in, like, they had the thing over there. It was called a date box. So you could, like, open the box up and just random people come and jump in. So then he would go back and forth between he liked me and he wanted to troll me. Like, one day he'd like me and be cool. But then once he would get back to the troll and shit, it was, like, the same two comments. And he's in the box. And I'm like, dude, don't you, like, work? Like anytime he would come in the box multiple times a day, every single day, and every single time he did, he was laying down in bed. And I'm like, dude, do you have friends? Like, do you go out and do stuff? Like, you got a live streamer being like, maybe you need to use your time better. Like, I was gonna say my other live streamer, I do this, been coming through for 5 years just to bitch about women, and I'm like, it's old, man. It's old. We get it. Okay, fatty. Yeah, it's the same thing you said to me 5 years ago. Like, you would think you would either figure out a way to be happy by now, or like give up your shtick. But now he wants to. But that's what I mean is like that's how much you little you mean to the trolls is. He's been through my stream. The only reason I remembered him was I remember he's used the same username like every time for like 5 years. But it's the same shit that it was 5 years ago. It's literally the same stuff it was 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah, find new content. That's what I'm like. Take a minute. Like, or you'll say something back to them and it takes them like a half hour and then they're like, you're not funny. And you're like, why did that take you a half hour to type? Like, what the fuck? I forgot you were even in here. Like, what? Like, if you're gonna talk shit, keep up. Get faster fingers, something. And I'm like, but like, I'm not gonna bring up good comebacks when all I'm gonna get back is, do you work? That's what the dude would say. He would say something. What was it? He would say something else, but that was like his big troll line. Do you work in a brothel? Do you work in a brothel? And I'm like, yes, I know your mom. We're good coworkers. You know what I mean? Like, just stupid shit talk. But then he'd be like, oh, I knew you worked in a brothel. Like, I destroyed this dude verbally. He got in the box. I told him that I thought it was very nice of his teeth to respect social distancing post-COVID. I was kind of proud of myself for that one. I thought it was. I was like, dude, your teeth look like they're throwing up gang signs. Like, can't you go get a job somewhere too? Like, that's probably why you don't got a girlfriend because you're stabbing them in the lips. You know what I mean? Wow, I'm embarrassed for you, right, Barb? Me too. But so, you know what I mean? Like I said, the trolls, they really think that they do something. You got to come through a lot for me to remember you as a troll. Like, they don't do anything except make themselves. Like I said, I honestly, like, when I tell you, like, I have not sympathy because I know that they bring it on themselves. I have empathy. You know what I mean? Like, I try to put myself in other people's positions, and I just can't, I don't know. I can't think of what could happen in life that would make me be like that. Like I said, even if I haven't liked somebody, I've never gone through and, like, trolled them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never done it just because, like I said, there's not enough time to do all that shit. Like, who has time to just roll from room? But, like, make a friend. Like, I don't know, go out and go for like a walk. Like, maybe go live yourself and make some friends. Maybe read a book. Maybe, I don't know, call somebody you ain't seen in a bit. Like something, you know what I mean? It's like I said, either, but that's what used to fuck me up was this dude. I said he would come through and he would troll me, but it was just do comments. But every time he'd come through, and we're talking multiple times in the day, I was like, dude, do you ever get out of bed? Like, how are you paying your bills? You ain't got a job you got to be to. Like, you just laying in bed all day. And that's what he would do. So I assumed that he was living off his parents because I said he was kind of like a younger guy. But I'm like, dude, you come through my box multiple times every day. You have for like 2 years now. And you literally say the same two comments. And every time you've been in the day, you're laying in bed. Like, not even like, oh, he got up, got himself together, went back to bed. Like, we're talking like, motherfucker looked like he just rolled over and it was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like, okay, so that's why, like, I'm a big firm believer if kids got time to do that, then they got time to be enrolled in sports, and you know what I mean. Like, if you keep yourself busy, I promise you, the last thing you will think about doing is trolling people. Like, it's like I have secondhand embarrassment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Like I said, I can see if maybe somebody makes you mad, or if somebody attacks you and then you're like coming back to them, like that I can kind of see. But even then, I'm like, if somebody doesn't like me, they don't like me. I don't care. Like I said, I give a shit about what the people that I love care about me. Other than that, I don't care. Like, I can't. There's too many people in this world. I don't care. Don't care. Didn't care 5 years ago. Don't care today. Won't care 5 years from now. You know what I mean? But either way, in 5 years, I will still feel empathy for people, that's their only way that they can feel like they're noticed. Like, it just seems, like I said, I know it's a unpopular opinion, and probably, like I said, it's definitely not like a shared opinion, but it does. It makes me sad. Like, I'm like, I'll be your friend. Come through and just be nice. We'll be friends. We can be buddies. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool. We'll just start back over. Just knock that shit off. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, don't they got family or like work? Like I said, when I'm not on here, I keep myself very busy. So if you got enough time to troll people, that means that you have a lot of free time on your hands. Because people that are busy don't got time for all that shit. They don't. Normally, people that are busy, if they come across somebody and they don't like the way that they look, they'll just go, oh, okay, scroll, scroll. Hey, okay, cool. And they'll say, that's like what normal people do. So I said, I do. I had to. Like I said, there's no other way I can describe it. It's just empathy. I'll talk a little bit of shit back and forth here and there, but like, when you talk shit back to them, then they think that they're getting a reaction out of you, and you're like, nah, dude. Once you're gone, there's not gonna be a second thought about it. Oh, I bet you remember me, don't you? And I still don't know who dude was. I was like, what? He was like, I used to come through and troll you like, oh, I came through once, twice a day for a year, and I'm like, this is literally what I told him. I was like, well, you must not have done a good job. Like, were you putting effort into it? Oh, you put all that effort into me, and here I don't even remember you. How about that? All right, guys, I gotta get ready and get off here. I still gotta go work here soon. So, I had 6 minutes. I'm like, damn it, I just looked at my clock. I'm like, fuck, okay. So we're gonna get this day going. I hope everybody has an amazing day. You guys kick a lot of ass, and I do appreciate you guys stopping by to see me. Like I said, make sure you follow me on TikTok. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. All that good stuff. Any social media you want to follow me on, I'm super easy to find. Just look up Misfit Ren. I'm so tired, man. I'm running on 8. Lacey, I hope you have a beautiful day, baby. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll get ready.